And it was Rob Jones, the Hibs captain, who towered above everyone else to bullet this into the back of the net. And that's the goal which came in the midst of a snowstorm and separates these two teams at the halfway stage. Let's get back out for the second half then, with Hibs leading 1-0. Back out to Ian and to Paul Mitchell.
Thanks to Jimmy O'Rourke, Pat Stanton, Tommy McIntyre and Keith Wright. They are the goal scorers for Hibs in the League Cup final when they won it back in 1972 and 1991. It's Hibs' 9th final. The pattern has gone like this: lose, lose, win, lose, lose, win, lose, lose.
Well, you can draw your own conclusions from that one, but they're certainly on the ascendancy. I thought Kilmarnock started brightly, but certainly the last 25-30 minutes and a half, Hibs were getting on the ball, and as Gordon says, with a wee bit too much space in the midfield. But the problem with pulling a wide man into playing a three, it gives a wide man still more, you know, you won't be able to double up on him then. But I think they've got to do something, there's no doubt about that.
Well, they've come from near and far to watch this. And they've even, you know, had a bit of the old colouring in the pies and in the beards. But those flags were not waving quite as enthusiastically. But the Hibs fans are the ones to be happy. They've been celebrating right through half-time on a bitterly cold day. It's amazing. She's got the same earmuffs as you, Ian.
Yeah, she can hear the commentary all right, I hope.
Well, it's an afternoon that these Hibs fans will hope will not turn sour. They've had problems in the past. They'll be hoping that things can continue on the lines that they've had. And it's really, I guess, up to Jim Jeffries to try and make the change.
I think Jim's got to try and change something, or whether it's, you know, when you do play 4 against a 3 in there, you know, the 3 central players do get better. It depends who's in the ascendancy of the game. Now, if Kilmarnock start really well in the ascendancy of the game, they won't need to change. But I think they need to change because Hibs were in the ascendancy there, and John Collins will be telling his players more of the same, lads. The way you finish that half, start the second half exactly, but he will be saying Jim Jeffries will be going through them in there. They'll come out with fire on the bellies for the first 10 minutes. Got to match that.
There'll be no changes at half-time by either manager, so the starting 11 who started this match will continue. For Kilmarnock, they've scored in their last 8 League Cup ties. They generally have been on a good scoring run of late, but to be fair, I don't think Nish or Naismith have really looked like they've had too much today.
Oh, the long punt over the top that young Naismith got onto really well. They have got Gary Wales as well to come on, to Giacomo's as strikers, so they're not short of options to go and score a goal, but they need better service. I think we Pat said in the studio, no doubt they need better service.
Well, these Kilmarnock players know that they've got 45 minutes to turn this around. Or just like the side who played against Dundee in 1952, Rangers in 1960, Hearts in 1962 and Celtic in 2001, they will go back to Rugby Park empty-handed. The Hibs side, well, they'll have seen the pictures round Easter Road of the cup-winning team of 1991. The figure of Murdo MacLeod holding the cup aloft. They are hoping that some of those pictures can just move to the side, so a few new ones can be inserted in. Ivan Sproul cost Tony Mowbray £5,000, an absolute bargain. Can he continue to play as well as he has done?
Well, I agree, he did influence the game. There is a lot of rough edges in this game and he infuriates you at times, but he's got tremendous pace and he's very direct. But for £5,000, that's a great deal.
So Ziggy McDonald even having a touch of the ball in the centre circle. John Collins just making sure that the message gets on to his side. And we're underway. Hibs
have only got 8 players on.
45 seconds from glory. You're right. Here comes Murphy and Jones. Well, they had 8 outfield players. I mean, there's confidence and there's confidence, but you do tend to want to start with your full complement of players.
I can't believe that. They had 8 players in the park when they started this second half of a major cup final. Crazy.
Benjamin just upended that time. The far side, Gordon Greer was in the challenge. So David Murphy will go across to take it. It's Kilmarnock with the upper hand in League Cup meetings. They've won 10 to Hibs 6. It counts for nothing though. In the final today in 2007, Jones battling away with Nish. They were both at it. Well, Rob Jones, he might have been late to come onto the field of play, but at least he's made an impact.
Yeah, the thing is, you said it right, they're both at it. Why does it always goes to the defender there, or the defensive player, and that's it. There they are coming on there. Hurry up, lads, come on, game started.
Oh, things you think you'd never ever see.
It happens in the public park, it happens at Glasgow Green on a Saturday morning. I can't believe it's happened in a cup final.
Nish gets the return ball, can't get past Bozelan. Bozelan though going into the back, the free kick taken quickly. That was good thinking by Alan Johnson, almost brought in Stevie Naismith. Almost worked.
The only thing I see, isn't it, that surely the Hibs player that intercepted it was good play, was he 10 yards back? He touched the ball, he's only 4 or 5 yards away from the ball.
Hibs through Fletcher, beaten in all 8 domestic cup ties so far this season. Bozelan turns the ball back to Murphy. Scott Brown to Whittaker. Angela a little bit slow. Fraser Wright came out of defence. Not kept in on the near side.
It's a great story, Fraser Wright. You know, he's playing with Stranraer 2 years ago, and it just shows the market that Jim Jeffries has to fish in at times. But you know, he's done really well in the SPL.
And his home debut against Aberdeen, October 2005, after 7 years at Stranraer. Ball in field, goes along. Naismith's tackle looked ill-advised, and he's hurt. Here comes Brown. Brown tries to get away from Wright. He was flattened. Benjamin trying to move forward. The referee allows play to continue. Brown again. It's taken away that time. Peter Levin was in there. Now Gary Hay. Hay onto Johnson. Nish is forward, that's where it goes, trying to find some room. Nish holds it up, that's a decent ball to Junakimo, but great play from Murray. Read the situation all the way forward, trying to get the better of Fletcher. A good high tempo start to the second half.
It was, you call it was a decent ball, man. It had to be better, it had to be top notch.
Here comes Stevenson. He holds up again, he's hardly wasted the ball at all, Stevenson. Going to Benjamin. Benjamin, great footwork, Spurl's available in the middle, back to Fletcher. His first touch just wasn't good enough, and Kilmarnock taking ace to get it away. Good play by Brown. Brown goes in, getting the block. Spurl takes it away from his man, gets away from Hay. Well, Jimmy Fowler uncharacteristic there, and then Stephen Whittaker just thumps the ball high.
Don't ask me to commentate the rerun of that, please. That was great stuff there.
There's been some great moments in the match of great football, but here it was just like trying to get the ball away.
Well, it started with Benjamin, great feet, you know, and then it's knocked off Simon Ford. Scott Brown has a pop, they don't quite clear it. Ivan Spill could have played it across goal there, Fletcher was there, eventually gets cleared. But a great 10-15 seconds there.
Well, Benjamin has experienced cup final disappointment in his homeland. He's looking for better in his new adopted home. Knocked away by Greer. Murphy happy to allow the ball to run out of play. Came through the Middlesbrough Academy. And was certainly such a good influence for him down that left-hand side. Now come Kilmarnock, to Giacomo taking on Jones, slips past him, Levin's in a great position, but it's cut out by Whittaker. Again, the quality of the pass to the man in the shooting opportunity, just not good enough, and Brown absolutely clattered by Gary Hay, and that's a certain yellow card.
I think he made me fortunate to get a yellow. But it's going to be, it's a cup final. I tell you, I thought that was a late challenge. He knew he'd taken a poor first touch, and he just lunged.
Well, there's late, to be fair, and there's late. Scott Brown, all credit to him, didn't make a fuss, up he got, on he went.
Yeah, credit to what it's done. It's ruined Kilmarnock's momentum that we're building there. That was really good play. I thought Stephen Naismith could have made a better run, maybe towards the ball to leave the space so that Giacomo could play it round the back.
Rob Jones, the goal scorer. Looking for Fletcher. Shots of handball, didn't look like it from here. Benjamin in a good advanced position. Trying to hold off Greer. Levin goes in as well. The referee very close, saying no free kick. Nish is never going to get that pass whistle out. Greer has to knock it away. There's a defender down. And the referee just going to draw things to a close for a moment. Well, Kilmarnock causing their own problems at times.
Yeah, there were 2 or 3 opportunities to clear and to for a final pass. Peter Levin, I think it's his ankle there, just goes over on it a touch there, that's a sore one.
Alex McQueen just attending to him. That looked nasty. He started the last 7. He missed the League Cup tie against Livingston this season. The former Rangers man has been tremendous. Well, Jim Jeffries, if he was like that in the dressing room at half-time, these players couldn't have waited to get back on the
Well,
field.
I've been in the end of that, so Jim Jeffries' hand belly down. It's not nice, I've got to say. And you've got to listen.
Clearly will have to leave the field of play. He's wobbling off there.
Here it is here. He just goes over it. He's maybe stood on the field of the bench. I don't think he meant it though, but
23-year-old will be fit enough to continue. Man of the match, the prize is a wonderful one, a CIS Insurance Football Coaching Masterclass. Intense 2-hour training session with professional coaching staff from your local senior side. You can enter it and get this for your own team, the boys team, a girls team, a pub team or whatever. Coaching, if you can agree with Ian's man of the match, Sproul. Almost forward onto Benjamin. Tucked away by Gordon Greer.
well, Gary Hay, ultra consistent, just makes a basic error there, but good defending with Gordon Greer covering over. Kilmarnock haven't changed their shape at all.
Whittaker on the left foot, think too high. Greer right for Stevenson again. He doesn't waste it onto Benjamin. Stevenson, well, he was yelling at Benjamin and yelling at the referee. He thought he might have been impeded on the run.
Well, he was pulled. The Giacomo pulled him back when he was going for his little give and go there.
Straight to Brown. Fletcher coming back from an offside position, gets involved in the action. And so it's a free kick to Kilmarnock. Only trailed once this season in this competition, that too. Sean O'Connor's goal in the second half against Queen of the South. It required extra time there. Fletcher neatly down onto Stevenson again. Ivan Sproul comes to left to help him. Knocked away by Fraser Wright. Here's Simon Ford. Ford, you need to get it over the top. Lovely pass on to Scott Brown. Terrific ball. Brown on the run. Sproul again, almost taking his space. He's done that a few times in this match.
His movement was poor there. He didn't do anything for Scott Brown.
Well, Ivan Sproul just too eager to try and find a way past Fraser Wright.
Good defender by Fraser Wright again. A couple of times he's done that with Ivan Sproul, got his body in the way, through the foul.
Kilmarnock are considering a change. And Gary Wales is going to summon the last two CIS matches. They will get the nod, and there he is. Billy Brown, just in the picture also. Fowler on to Lever. Gary Hay on the overlap, good play, two in the box for the men in blue, nicely walked back, leaving very left-footed, played it left side, perhaps should have played it right. Ford comes up, he's out of position, Fowler knocks it back on, eventually cleared by Hibbs, and Gordon Greer, an awkward one back to his goalkeeper, and Cole kept his head, right forward, flick on again, Naismith trying to get there.
That's a foul. That's a clear foul there.
Whittaker forward. Unusual for Stephen Whittaker, not finding anybody at all. John Collins are absolutely berserk down below. James Fowler. So can move forward again, running out of options. Picked up by Stevenson. Stevenson, delightful little ball looking for number 20, Stephen Fletcher. And the offside flag against Stephen Fletcher, coming from an offside position. Charlie Richmond has the boards in his hand, the fourth official.
I don't think Peter Leven's moving particularly well.
And I think that's possibly why he is being withdrawn. He did take a little knock, Peter Leven. It's Gary Wales who comes on.
Sorry, Paul, will Naismith come out and play wide left here, I wonder, or will they go 3 up?
So Gary Wales introduced into the action. I mean, Jim Jeffries not afraid to go for it. Perhaps it's the right time to do so.
No, well, that's Gary Wales. He's got 2 strikers playing one wide right, one wide left. So, I mean, that is very positive.
Hibs 2 may make a change. Ball through the middle. Whittaker. Wales gets involved in the action. The former Hearts man gets involved, trying to get in there again. Still Gary Wales. Eventually huckled out of it by Beausoleil. And here comes Murphy attacking, driving forward away from De Giacomo, who catches him. Well, he claims he slipped, but the yellow card shown to him by referee Dougie McDonald.
I think it was a yellow card, but I think De Giacomo's got a point. I think he just caught him, didn't mean to catch him, and just Murphy's heels he just clicked his heels. Murphy was just a little bit quick.
Right, there's no option but to show the yellow card.
Yeah, of course
Murphy was away. Dougie McDonald completes the paperwork in the notebook. Stephen Fletcher, Scotland's top goal scorer at the Under-19 Championships. 9 goals so far this season. Potential target again as Hibs try and come forward, but this time Kilmarnock get the better of them. Wales, that was woefully shot from Wales. Sproul picks up, plays it on to Beausoleil. Beausoleil returns it. This could be 2-0. Fletcher goes for the top corner. Wonderfully worked from Hibs. Applause from the manager. He would rather have been applauding a goal.
Yeah, it's a poor from Gary Wales there, just on the pitch. Really good move. But I think Fletcher just takes a little too long here. Tries to curl it. He doesn't curl it at all. He actually shanks it. I don't know if that's worthy of applause, I've got to say, but really good football by Hibs again.
Certainly looked closer from the commentary position than it did on the replay. Whittaker now on to Benjamin. Greer just holding off him. Benjamin twisting, turning. That's how to finish. That is how to score a goal in a cup final. Salam Benjamin rattles it home. Hibs never lose when he scores. Will that continue today? The CIS Insurance Cup final. Kilmarnock 0, Hibs 2.
Well, Benjamin has been coming more and more into the game. He showed a little bit of skill earlier. So much room again though. Gordon Greer just doesn't handle it, doesn't get close enough, and he tucks it away left foot. Just picks it up here. Gordon Greer's got to get a bit closer there, try and stop it. But he's a fine player, Benjamin, and it's a fantastic finish.
It's his 13th goal for Hibs. Snapped inside Gordon Greer. Lovely little shimmy. The goal was wide open, and the ball was slotted home. The fingertips of Alan Combe, just not enough.
That one deserves applause. That is a pillar in the corner. Alan Combe might be a little bit disappointed, didn't get more on it, but it was a fantastic finish.
Kilmarnock 0, Hibs 2. Salam Benjamin after 59 minutes. Well, the Hibbies are bouncing all the way round Hampden Park.
Fantastic noise, it's got to be said.
Alan Johnson for Kilmarnock. That's a lovely touch into Wales. Wales trying to break through the lines of Benjamin. The gate was closed. Lovely little ball from Beausoleil on to Stevenson. More action coming up next Saturday at Hampden. We'll be here for the highlights of Scotland against Georgia on Saturday, and then the big one on Wednesday, the 28th of March. Join us here on BBC One Scotland. We're live in Barry for Italy against Scotland. It should be some evening. I'll tell you what, it's some afternoon here for the Hibs fans. The Kilmarnock fans disconsolate, for the Hibs fans sense and smell victory.
Yeah, they do it. The next goal, quite obviously, is crucial. If Kilmarnock score it, they're right back in it. So what does Jim do? Does he go for it even more and risk losing another one?
Very confident now, Murphy. Lovely side challenge. play again from Hibs. Benjalin's made himself available, turned away by Alan Johnson. Kilmarnock are under real pressure here. They've scored in the last 7. The last blank was against Hibs when they lost in January 2-0. Similar scoreline. Kilmarnock almost making it worse. Well, Hibs were trying to fly through once more. What a great late run. Almost in.
I think he's given a foul there, do you, has he? I'll tell you what.
Well, Scott Brown in the blue boots landing in the net. Well, no lack of effort, but he certainly took a bit of a bang.
Yeah, I think he's just telling the referee hit off the post there. I think he did just the side.
It's a terrific late run. Look to the left of your picture. Although perhaps he thinks he should have netted there.
You know what, he'd have been sick if it wasn't given as a foul. He'd have been gutted there. He should have scored. But great run into the box.
Alan Cole given twice so far this afternoon. And Kilmarnock find the goal. Good pressure on the men in green and white. Stephen A. Smith wanted that decision. He gets it. Oh, Jones is knocking the ball away.
Paul, Hibs have kept 3 up the pitch here.
Hey, forward into the box, Nish can't get there. And again, it's a set play from Kilmarnock. It's very, very tame.
It was poor delivery. Oh, he overhit it again.
Well, Colin Nish has really struggled so far. Scored in 3 of the last 8. Jim Jeffries, it's a familiar feeling in the final of this competition. His Hearts side lost against Rangers as Kilmarnock side trail. Against a very efficient Hibs side. Greer forward, Johnson. But again, it's Lou Stevenson who breaks through. He's certainly a candidate for man of the match. The ball forward onto Ivan Sproul. Gordon Greer goes in and flips it in to the Hibs fans.
Kilmarnock have got to do something, whether it's just to do with sheer guts or maybe a change in system.
Turned away by Gary Hay. Comes Gary Wales. His side showed a 2-each draw back in November. John Collins' first game in charge. They won the opening game of the season between the two, but Hibs won at Rugby Park back in January. They lead here, and they get the decision on a free kick.
The ascendancy is almost totally with Hibs now. Has been for a good while now.
And really, to be fair, Jim Jeffries has played the attacking card. He's played Gary Wales on.
He has. I mean, he's got 2 strikers playing, one playing wide right, one playing wide left, and 2 through the middle. So
Fletcher. I'm sure it was meant for Murphy. Comes back to Fletcher again. Naismith tracking back, trying to fight for the ball. Good play again from Hibs. Murphy once more. To Whittaker. Fraser Wright with a header on his far. Ivan Sproul, a little slow to get back up. Fraser Wright. Ivan Sproul. Still Sproul in between 2. Benjamin just loves to come to the edge of the box. A terrific shot on him as well. Scott Brown moves the ball down, but it's just going to leak harmlessly out of play.
far better play by Ivan Sproul. It was really intelligent play there. He used his pace, but he looked up and he picked out a pass.
Well, 49 previous finals have been decided in the 90 minutes allocated. And the Hibs win their 3rd League Cup in regulation time. Or can Kilmarnock find a way to put pressure on the men from Easter Road? Beautifully done. Benjamin onto Brown. Fletcher is onside. Stephen Fletcher looks like he'll wrap it up for Hibs. There's still 25 minutes to go in this final, but these fans feel that the cup already belongs to them and belongs in the trophy room at Easter Road.
That deserves a clap, because that was utterly magnificent football. And you'll never get a better illustration of a third-man run. Great little touch, and goes again beyond Scott Brown. Perfect. And the finish, well, clinical. And it's just a really well-worked goal. Fabulous football movement. and topped off with a wonderful finish.
He scored in the semi-final, but the one in the final will mean even more. The left foot of Stephen Fletcher fires past Alan Combe, and the cup looks to be going home to Leith.
Yeah, and you know what, nobody can say, you know, it's 24 minutes to go, the miracle for Kilmarnock come back. Stays like this, nobody can say they don't deserve it.
We expected goals in the CIS Insurance Cup final. I'm just not sure we expected them all for the one team.
That's a fair point, Paul.
Well, Kilmarnock suffered a 3-0 reverse the last time they played in the final of this competition. Henrik Larsson with the hat-trick. This time the misery inflicted by three separate sources: Jones, Benjelloun and Fletcher. Here come Hibs again. On to Sproul. Sproul looks up, goes for it. Ivan Sproul, plenty of options in the box. Here comes Scott Brown.
And the Hibs are even more dangerous when the game is so spread out like this, because they move the ball about the pitch so well. They're actually playing some great football now. Ivan Sproul, well, he's given Gary Watt the brain today, he really has. Fabulous.
David Murphy wants to get the ball across. Gary Wales onto Alan Johnson. Former Hearts partnership. Here's Hay. Trying to play it forward. Nice touch by Whittaker onto his goalkeeper, who's been sorely under testing in the second period. So Hibs with a third goal from Stephen Fletcher. He's the first Scot to score for Hibs since he netted against St Johnstone in the semi-final of this competition. He wanted the free kick, didn't get it, challenging it again. Ford. Naismith goes looking for it. Colin Nish. If there's a sick Hibs fan inside this ground, it is Colin Nish. Here comes Naismith, goes to ground too tamely. Stevenson. Well, that's one for the album. That's the first bad pass he's had.
It has, it was. I mean, the young lad for 19, I think he's been terrific.
It's preparing a change as Colin Nish just caught offside, trying to come through the former Dunfermline man. The Hibs fans continue to celebrate around this ground. And they're absolutely thrilled with what they're seeing. The Kilmarnock fans sit in silence. Well, Alan Cole playing his first major cup final. You wait so long in your career to get there, and then the day goes wrong.
Yeah, you know, he's made a couple of good saves. Didn't really have a chance, certainly with the first and third. Might have done better with the second.
Check him off. Forward it goes. Naismith, a nice touch. Good running. Oh, Nish just gave away the chance. I have to say, I mean, if there's going to be another goal, you just seem to think it's going to come Hibs' way.
Yeah, the players are quality stuff now, and they're keeping the ball. And you know, Zamama coming on, obviously, he's a box of tricks, you know.
Well, they have an identical SPL record, these sides, this season, in terms of wins, draws, and defeats. And as far as this match is concerned, Hibs have controlled. And Kilmarnock 0, Hibs 3 the scoreline. Ford. Almost on to Furlock. 20 minutes to go. If Kilmarnock want to make history, they have to get a goal now. Infield, Furlock almost dispossessed, down to Gordon Greer. Simon Ford tries to drive forward, trying to inspire his side. Watch the 1-2, gets it on to Stevie Naismith, almost falls back to Colin Nish. As Kilmarnock always seem to be stretching and reaching for the ball, Hibs seem to be at ease.
Yeah, it was good call by David Murphy, you know, he could follow the path fantastically well, but he's tucked in there, he's a good fullback, should be.
John Collins will be 10 years younger than Gordon Strachan when Gordon Strachan and Celtic won this final last season. For Gordon Strachan's first major honour, this would be the first for John Collins in managerial terms. Ball plays it forward, Fletcher offside.
Yeah, it was offside, good job.
It's your last chance for the man of the match. It will be the man in green and white. I think you know that. Wonderful prize to be won. Intense training session with a professional coaching staff from your local senior side. It can be for any team, boys, girls team, all the way through. Give us a call if you can agree with prediction and decision of Ian McCall, and you're the lucky winner. Whittaker looks forward.